Even Russell, a 25-year Everest veteran, is feeling the effects of his environment.
Put a plastic bag over your head and run up the stairs. That's probably how you feel. It's not a particularly good feeling.
You think twice about getting up to go for a pee because it's taking so much effort.
The simple fact is, it's bloody tough. It's bloody tough, you know?
I mean, you gotta understand, in 48 hours, you're going up over 1,300 meters. You know, that's a good pump, you know?
Brett Merrill feels especially affected.
21,000 feet does crazy things to your body. I was walking around camp at 3:30, 4 o'clock last night, just wanting to throw up, just trying to do everything I could to throw up. And no, I just couldn't.
Brett just really can't handle this hardship, can he?
I'm not going to worry about it because that just causes anxiety, and I've got a lot of other coping mechanisms.
It surprises me he's such a strong bloke, or portrays to be such a strong bloke, but maybe it doesn't. Maybe he's not.
I'm not going home. I'm staying.
Chronic sleeplessness, headaches, vomiting and dizziness are symptoms of altitude sickness. It's so rampant at ABC that Terry lends a hand to teams who came with no doctors. He finds a member of the Spanish expedition in trouble.
Okay. What's the biggest problem, you think? Headache?
Headache, vomit.
Vomiting.
No. Only asleep in the tent.
Essentially, it looks like he just has very bad acute mountain sickness. He's got a very bad headache. He's got very bad nausea, decreased appetite. However, his oxygen saturation is actually pretty good.
A climber's saturation level shows how much oxygen his lungs are able to absorb from the thin mountain air.
You know, our oxygen saturations here after only about a night or two at 21,000 feet, you're looking on average probably about 60%. And if I was in the emergency department and someone walked in and their oxygen saturation was less than 90%, I'd seriously consider hospitalizing them.
But here, there are no hospitals, and no one is immune. In Russell's camp, cameraman Simon Wagan has collapsed.
Can you guys give me 1 second? Yeah, that's right.
Intense pain.
Okay, thank you.
It looks pretty serious. Maybe appendix or some internal rupture.
Simon just said he had a pain in his gut, and then it just got worse very rapidly. So, you know, within the course of 10 minutes, he was lying on his side, basically, in pretty serious pain.
Evacuation by helicopter is not an option. But Simon must get down the mountain immediately.
He could get a basically disseminated infection, his blood pressure could drop, and he could die from it, unfortunately.
He must be carried back down to base camp, 23 kilometers below. If his condition doesn't improve there, he'll be driven 10 hours to the nearest airstrip.
You talk to Krishna in Tatapani to keep one place on that helicopter to go to Kathmandu.
You get better, get your butt back up here, huh?
It's clearer than ever. In the battle for the summit, Everest takes no prisoners.
Definitely a reality check, you know? I think we all know how this trip started. And now we're at ABC. Just don't know if that's the prologue to what's gonna happen up top.
Day 20, Everest Base Camp. Expedition cameraman Simon Wagan is recovering from altitude sickness. The move to lower altitude has eased the pain in his gut. 1,200 meters above at Advanced Base Camp, the climbers are getting on with the business at hand.
Morning.
Morning. What a beautiful morning. Time for eggs.
Well, here I am. ABC, 21,000 feet. Get out, get out.
Back home in Hollywood, Tim sells custom motorbikes to the rich and famous.
Well, you're inside my tent right now. My home away from home.
His mode of transport here, a bit more basic.
That's the old girlfriend. This is the new girlfriend.
While Tim's spirit fits the climber's profile, his body shape does not. Unlike the short and wiry Sherpas, Tim stands 196 centimetres and is built like a bear.
He's a big boy. He should be playing rugby, not trying to climb mountains. Let's see how he goes. That's a big bulk of frame to put up and down.
And since a near-fatal bike crash, Tim's carrying some extra heavy metal.
We got metal plate, 10 screws, metal plate, 10 screws, left knee plate from here to here, left foot, 10 screws. Lower back, steel cage. But when you look at the x-rays, the back looks like a metal waste paper basket. My doctor thinks I should take up golf.
But in the game Tim has chosen, the penalties can be fatal. Today, the team attempts its first climb to the upper slopes. A practice run to the first high camp and back. It will condition their bodies further for the ascent to the summit. Russell's expedition tackles Everest via the north route, passing 4 high camps along the northeast ridge to the summit. At 7,000 metres sits Camp 1, North Col. It straddles the midpoint of a narrow bridge of rock and ice that joins Everest to its nearest neighbouring mountain. To get there, the climbers must scale this 300-metre ice cliff.
See how far up the North Col I get. Just see how the throat goes, really.
I think I've been sitting around for too many days. Breathing kind of heavy. You coming?
North Col, pal.
The trek to the North Col requires a major leap in acclimatisation. Less than a kilometre out of camp, Tim is struggling with the extra weight on his damaged spine.
Just take your time, pal.
It's a damn steel cage.
He makes an effort to keep up with his peers.
His back's tightening up on me.
Tim's back there.
But he has fallen behind dramatically. This is Crampon Point, the last solid ground on the climb to the North Col.
Well, crampons are, of course, for the snow and the ice. It's a 12-point crampon. They grab onto the ice, give you traction, give you stability.
There you go. I only brought one, you'll have to hop up.
Mark's crampons are accessorised attachments.
Geez, I wish I could do that, mate.
The top's looking pretty menacing. Should be a brutally cold day up there. On we go.
It's just huge.
Daunting.
Just crossing the flat glacier to the base of the cliffs is an ordeal.
Definitely not my day. Legs are feeling very heavy. Keep going. That's all there is to it, I guess.
At this altitude, every breath proves to be a trial. Air is sucked from climbers' lungs. The linings of the nose and throat become parched.
Just drag it along. Just drag it along.
Tim has lost sight of his colleagues and can barely walk. But his absence seems to have gone unnoticed as the team reaches the base of the ice cliffs.
No one said it was going to be easy.
The climbers now make a demanding ascent up 300 metres of ice, broken only by seemingly bottomless crevasses.